We are Studio 236 FM HTMS.
The interview with Dr. Albertina Dancy.
I hail from Chesapeake, Virginia, where I have spent my entire life, Fred, growing up in a household rooted in the Baptist apostolic faith, which made me a true preacher's kid. I obtained a Bachelor's of Arts in Criminal Justice from Livingstone College in HBCU in North Carolina and became a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Hey, Albertina, I'm happy to have you on my show tonight. So tell my audience a little bit about your music background.
Thank you so much, Fred, for having me. Yes, I started singing at the age of 6. However, singing professionally at the age of 12. And my mother was my manager, and she pretty much stopped her semi-professional gospel career to pass the baton over to me and develop the traditional gospel singer that I am today. And she pretty much introduced me to the music industry, traditional gospel artist, and she taught me hymns of the church, and that's what I was raised on, and that is why today I am such of a traditional based artist, and I carry forward her teachings to pretty much stay true to my roots and maintain a steadfast musical journey regarding the musical industry. And one thing I can say, Fred, my mother, being my manager at that time, all the way up until her passing, she pretty much was my manager. She always taught me, no matter what the industry trend is, stick to your tradition. And so that's what she has instilled in me. And I pretty much have been on stages with that of national and international artists as well. And for 34 years professionally, I have been out here singing.
Wow, 34 years is a long time. Seems like you've been at it just as long as I've had. I've actually started playing the piano at the age of 5, and not to tell my age exactly, but I've been playing 40 plus years. But my next question is, okay, you've done all this wonderful gospel singing and things, and you and I met back at Livingstone in the early 2000s, and we sang together and the concert choir under Dr. William Crowder.
Yes.
My question for you is, I've heard you doing all this gospel, you've even done some R&B things. Mm-hmm. When are you going to do something classical? I think the world needs to hear that side of you.
Yes, Fred. And you know what? That side, I am really trying to work on that for the up and coming holiday season coming up. I'm glad you mentioned that. That is something I'm working on, is trying to pull some of the traditional hymns and making it kind of classical. And I believe that the interest really for that type of style of singing actually came from chorale. Basically doing that at Livingstone, and actually I can back it up a little bit, middle school and high school. But the basis of that type of music, people don't really hear that side of Albertina as an artist, the classical side, but that will be something I'll be bringing out coming up in the holiday season of this year, Lord's willing.
Many people only know the music side of you, but now you have stepped into the pulpit as a minister. Tell us a little bit about that, because if not mistaken, you're in seminary right now working on a master's in something regarding church. Please elaborate on that.
Yes, sure, Fred. Yes, I am currently at the Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology at Virginia Union University. This is my first semester at the university, and I just became an licensed minister at my home church in Norfolk First Baptist Campus under the leadership of Reverend Dr. Tyrone Jackson Jr. And I could say I have always had the calling on my life to preach God's word. It's always been the stigma about Albertina, even in her music, that when I perform, when I minister, I'm always evangelizing. And so it's always been said, "Oh, you're a preacher, you're a preacher," because my dad was a minister, because my mother was an evangelist and a prayer warrior. That it jumped on me. I had no choice. So I definitely believe that my calling to the ministry on a preaching platform is of such a right now, based upon some things that I've experienced in my life. You can't preach the gospel until you actually been through something, and that way you can be a witness to somebody else. So yeah, this is a new avenue for me, and I'm excited where God is taking me on this journey to save souls, to renew, support, and help to bring forth renewing of the mind, body, and spirit through Jesus Christ.
Okay, so how is college doing? Going rather. You went to Livingstone, went a few other places, got a few degrees and things, and if I'm not mistaken, you have that doctorate degree. So how is seminary?
Seminary is a whole nother world. I'm so used to being a career student, Fred. I never stopped going to school after graduating from high school. I just continued on after one college after another. I just continued to excel and go higher in my career education. But seminary is so different, but it broadens my knowledge of what the Holy Bible is, what Christ is, what being a theologian is all about. And it's really teaching me the tools that I need in order to be on this platform as a female African American preacher. So it's really different. I can say I have so far two amazing professors at Virginia Union University, and I'm just really excited about how they're going to open up my mind about things that maybe things I didn't know about Christ, what I didn't know about the Bible. I'm learning in just the last 3 weeks so far, Fred. I've learned so much about theology.
Now, here recently, since the passing of your mother, you've gone through different sicknesses and stuff, and I have to give it to you. You keep your image together. If no one knows you personally, they don't know you're going through. Would you like to talk about your recent surgeries and recoveries and things that you're going through currently?
Oh, yes, yes, definitely. I can say God is a sustainer and He has preserved me. Nobody would actually know, like you said, Fred, that I have been through anything. Outward appearance, definitely, I can witness to say it doesn't mean anything. When you look at a person, you never know what they're going through internally. But yes, I am a survivor of liver cancer, and liver cancer is one disease that a lot of people don't know much about, is not talked about as much. But this disease in itself is a silent killer, and it is one that not that many survivors survive. And so if you run into one that said they had liver cancer and they're still here, my God, it's a miracle. And I'm thankful to God that I am still here, that God has healed me. And I can say that God is definitely a miracle worker. I also have been recently a liver transplant recipient, and I'm so grateful for my donor who donated 3/4 of her liver to me so that I may survive. And it's just a beautiful thing to actually visually see the hand of God work at a moment, Fred, when I thought I won't even gonna make it. When doctors said, "Hey, you need to plan in advance directive. You need to plan your funeral." Even calling you.
Yeah, that was a scary moment.
Oh, yes, it was, for my family as well. And just having a disbelief that I was not going to make it, but God, He pulled me through. So I have no reason but what God has called me to do now, because I am really a walking miracle. So, yes, those two significant moments in my life has really transformed who I am.
Okay, Albertina, so you made your musical debut back in 1999 with the release of a CD called Through the Struggle.
Mm-hmm.
And who did you do that? Who co-produced that with you? I can't quite remember.
Yes. Through the Struggle was produced by Doc Christian and was co-produced by my mother, Catherine Dancy. I was at the age of 15 when that CD came out. It was dedicated in tribute to my father, the late Reverend Albertina Dancy. It was called Through the Struggle, and it talked about things that, as a child growing up until his death, that I went through, just being a child, having to mature, and be almost like a caregiver and a support for mom as well as my father. So the hymns of the church were some of the songs that were on that CD, and those are some of the songs that my mom would sing to comfort herself when my father was going through the terminal illnesses that he was going through. I pretty much reciprocated those in that CD release. So that's pretty much what Through the Struggle was about. That was my very first CD.
Now, what about that particular song that you led with Livingstone College within her CD? I think that was one when the current studio they have on campus of Livingstone, that was the first year that they had it. And I remember I was singing with the concert choir and you sang with the gospel choir. Actually, you sing with both choirs, but specifically you led a song with the gospel choir. What was the name of that song?
Oh gosh, you taking me back, Fred. Oh gosh, I led a couple of songs with the gospel choir.
Well, I'm slightly a little older than you, so I don't remember it all. I just remember it happened.
You know what? And one in particular, and I can't be remiss without mentioning her name, man. Emma Foster. When I tell you, she was one great musician when it came to the gospel choir and conducting things. But it was one song that she had me to lead, and that was "It's Only Temporary." That was one song that I did do with the gospel choir Livingstone, and at the time I sung it, Fred, but I was just singing it. It didn't have no meaning to me. Look, I was back in college days. I really wasn't going through nothing. But that was one song that I did do with that choir. But I did have an opportunity to record my sophomore CD at Livingstone College, definitely under the direction of Mr. Curtis Dean as the assistant in that studio.
That's Dr. Curtis Dean now. Go ahead.
Oh, excuse me, Dr. Curtis Dean. Yes. And he wrote a wonderful song called "He Cares," and he taught that song to me. And I currently have that on my live recording. That all of my songs haven't been completed just yet due to my cancer journey, but it will soon. But spotlighting Dr. Curtis Dean on "He Cares" was one of the contemporary style songs that I also did. And I did
continue to listen to the interview with Dr. Albertina Dancy at www.fredrickallen.online.
In the midst of a tempest, God will send forth a rainbow of blessings to remind you that your efforts in the kingdom are not in vain. Albertina Dancy has garnered nominations for the Gospel Choice Music Awards in several categories, as well as nominations for the Catherine Dancy Norfolk District AME Zion Choir. Congratulations are in order for Reverend Brandon Prelo for his exemplary leadership in this remarkable recording. Albertina extends her sincere congratulations to all those who contributed to the single "He Touched Me." She also wishes to acknowledge her fellow nominees and express gratitude to all who have supported her music ministry. A special acknowledgement is given to her Public Relations Director, Frederick Allen.
We are Studio 236 FM HDMS.